All right, let's talk about Mac Jones, McCorkle himself, as he, a lot was talked about with him of, is he back? He obviously had a tough year last year with Matt Patricia calling plays. Now that he has an actual offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien, we were interested in seeing how exactly was that going to help him. Well, let's get into it. Starting off with the play you see on the screen, it's worth mentioning, the weather is tough right here, but the play concept itself, zone coverage, have a player running underneath the zone coverage. All right, simple enough. Let's see what happens. Well, McCorkle is going to look over and, very quickly decides to fire this football. As you see, his intended target is open. You might even be wondering, why am I even showing this play? This feels pretty, fine, but watch what happens. It's a high throw. Kendrick Bourne isn't able to make the grab. It gets batted up, and this is actually going to end up getting returned all the way for a touchdown. Mac Jones continues to not be a great tackler. That's just not his thing, it seems. Definitely not going to transition him to safety anytime soon. But, and again, not that I really care that much, doing your best there. But that was a disappointing outcome. It was a high throw, but obviously the weather causing that to kind of bounce off of the hands and get intercepted. That's definitely fluky as well. So I'm not going to crush him for it. But yeah, it's one that he probably would like to have back. I think that's fair to say. And as a whole, when things went poorly, because there were times when the offense struggled for sure, and it felt like it wasn't really his fault a lot of times. Something like this, it's, one-on-one matchups across the board here. You see the route that he's going to want to throw to. It's actually, once again, Kendrick Bourne, who, had that weird thing last year where the Patriots weren't playing him for whatever reason. Now he's allowed to play football again, which is nice. As you see right when it begins, you're going to see there's a little bit of separation. And so for Jones, he's going to now try to make the throw. And I guess you could argue he should make it a little bit earlier if you want to. But again, this is third down. You got to get to the 37-yard line. So you don't want to just be throwing the ball, willy-nilly. Jones tries to fire it through there, and there's actually a little bit of even early contact, I thought, but nothing major, not enough to get a call, and it ends up being an incomplete pass. So, some plays where it's like, yeah, maybe you could nitpick it a little bit, but really just tight windows that aren't quite working out. And also like this one, where what's going to happen is, again, a relatively simple idea. It's going to be a man coverage play, single safety deep, and you have a receiver running just a route going towards the sideline right here. This is another, situation where you're just trying to get a few yards here on a third down and short, have to get to the 47-yard line. As you see when it begins, this looks wide open. I mean, this looks like a great situation, and it's Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay, he's one of your new additions that you felt pretty good about, bringing to the table. However, this is maybe a bit of a low throw, but an easily catchable ball. That's just a drop right there from Smith-Schuster. So Jones had some tough work to work with. We also know about, Butte not being able to get both feet in bounds. That was an issue on top of it. So definitely some issues. But there was a lot of really good stuff. As a whole, I thought that Mac Jones had a good performance in this one, and the majority of his snaps were good, I thought. Even if the overall numbers weren't outstanding, that's kind of part of just how the Patriots run their offense to some degree. But like this one, zone coverage, you have a receiver trying to get into a gap in coverage. As you see, Jones takes the snap, and he is going to eventually, start to get towards the outside right here. There's a window to make this throw, but with the pressure, Jones is going to have to make this throw off balance. And one thing I've always felt like Jones doesn't get enough credit for is just his pocket presence. He does, for the most part, I feel like do a pretty good job at evading pressure. Not perfect. Again, he still is a young player, so there still are some of those growing pains, but he definitely can, move relatively effectively. I think that, even his athleticism is a bit underrated. He can throw off balance and stuff like that. He's not Lamar Jackson, but, he's not a disaster like some people make him out to be. And watch, he is going to make an accurate throw off balance to pick up a first down on a third down. That's a key play in a football game. And these are the kind of things that we did see Jones do at times. It wasn't just him being the, quote unquote game manager. That's not all he was doing. And even a play like this, which I would say falls under the game manager category, game manager plays can still be really impressive plays. And that's what's going to happen on this one, where it's zone coverage. You have a tight end running over the middle. That's the way this concept is designed to work. Hopefully you can get some, linebackers to move out of position as they are running a play action here. So that's, a key component. As you see, McCorkle does run this play action, and you do have a linebacker move a little bit in, which you got to move someone in. You got to be aware of a potential run. And at this point, it's tough. I think a lot of quarterbacks wouldn't try and make this throw because you got to get it over the linebacker who has, yes, moved in, but you still have to get it over him. And it's, not like an angle where you can kind of wait until your receiver is past the linebacker as a safety is moving further in to try and knock the ball away. So you kind of have to make this throw now. It's a tough throw to make. However, Jones does, in fact, put that one right on the money. That's a really accurate throw and a tough throw because, like I said, if he misses that throw, if that's too low, that could be batted up and maybe even intercepted. If he throws it too high, it could be batted up and intercepted. And if he throws it too late, it could be knocked away or even intercepted. That's not just a accurate throw, although it was. It's also a really well-timed throw and a bit of a gutsy throw, but one thing I always say is accurate quarterbacks make better decision makers. If you're trying to fit it through a tight window, if you make it, it's a good decision. If you miss it, it's a bad decision. So good decision there from Jones. Also, this play was a really good one. This is going to be a Kendrick Bourne play where it's man coverage, and you see the route that Bourne is running. This is a deep route to try and go for a touchdown here, and why not? It's second down and short, so might as well take a chance because if you don't get it, still a manageable third down. There is a safety deep, but the safety, is lined up on the top half of the screen as it stands right now. And when Jones takes a snap, the safety does not go back over to cover Bourne. He's covering the other side of the field. So as of right now, you have a one-on-one matchup deep down the field. Okay, this is a good situation. Why not take that chance? Well, the issue is, it is James Bradberry who Bourne is going up against. That's a concern. He is a good corner. So you're going to want to make sure you get this one far enough over the middle. You definitely want to put this one on the money. And again, it's a bit difficult as well because it's not even like you have a clear window. It's where the window is going to eventually be. However, Jones does, in fact, put that one right where he needed it to be. Bourne is able to make the catch, and they get a touchdown there. So, again, I thought this was a good performance from Mac Jones. Yes, at the end, the comeback that kind of fell short, but it wasn't really on him, I didn't think. So, yeah, as a whole, I thought this was a good performance from Mac Jones. I know a lot of Patriots fans are disappointed, and I kind of get it. I really do, because, at the end of the day, the Patriots have had a number of games get away from them over the years, so it's definitely, it's not obviously historically, but in the past few years, in the post-Tom Brady era, this is kind of another one where they could have easily won and just weren't able to do so. However, I really did think this was an optimistic performance, and I think that, moving forward, I think there's a real concern about what do you have in Mac Jones? Do you have a good young quarterback? Or is it a situation where he's not that good and just kind of, that rookie year was a fluke? I think it seems more likely that last year was the fluke, which is a huge positive if you're a Patriots fan, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.